Something that they want to, how they feel about this, because this is going to affect not only people that a lot of us watch, but also us them ourselves.
I mean, I've seen videos from small British guys that say, you want to know the best way to deal with this content ID stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Yeah. On this, if you're a small channel, just don't. Because the penalties for failing to... Because what you also have to realize is that it's not just that you can get your revenue stolen, but the penalties for failing...
Are we? Oh, no. I'm building up the conversation, so that's good. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
well,
I was doing that on purpose.
Now,
no! I was doing that on purpose so we can build up the conversation, and then once we get like the introduction, it's like, in case you don't know,
the new ship for
Cooley. How everybody doing? This is Backroom Crew Podcast, and in case you don't know, we're talking about the recent hashtag WTFU.
It is.
Are we still?
Are you?
What?
You know we're recording now, right?
I'm sorry. I'm talking about my new waifu.
Waifu Wars is real.
It was very, very nice. Very nice.
This is essentially the American version of Can Coley.
It is. That is exactly what it is. It's the Iowa.
It's a ship.
Don't fuck you.
It's sexy.
All right.
It's a ship.
Why are you hating on the ship? If it looks good, it looks
waifu.
good.
Let's let him have his waifu. Next thing you know, he'll have pillow.
Well, I mean, you can't talk. You're playing freaking Fire Emblem. That's something but waifu wars all day. There's bunches. There's like half the army is half naked chicks.
They did
They're
call
not
it
half naked. Most of them are completely covered up. I've only found 2 that weren't.
We were planning to have a serious discussion.
So you were paying attention to which ones had clothes on then.
In the real trailer, they do call it Waifu Wars.
Oh my god, stop yelling at each other.
They do call it Waifu Wars.
Yeah,
so
no,
yeah.
That's what it is.
No, that was how it was described to him.
Anywho, we were going to have a serious discussion
Yes,
today, and I
we
fucked
were.
it all up.
We are having a serious discussion. It's going to be about hashtag WTFU. If you do not know what that is where's the fair use?
Actually, if you don't know what that is at this point, you must have been under a rock, because that's
you don't watch
for
enough
100
YouTube.
years YouTube time.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in the basement editing videos and stuff.
So essentially, let's go with more likely the person in the room that knows the most about this. What is where's the fair use? Andre.
This started actually a little bit after the Fine Brothers incident, where they tried to copyright React, but that's an entirely different story. This has been a problem that's been boiling up for the last few years, where YouTube's content ID system, basically its method for finding out when people are violating copyrights by like shamelessly just ripping video and music and movies and sticking them up on YouTube. That's what it's there for. What it's been used for, however, especially in recent years, is for people who don't actually own rights to particular movies, music, whatever, and they can create a business whose existence exists to claim other people's work and then steal their revenue. That seems to be from what I've seen, what I've read, the content ID system has been used for now. It's just to steal other people's revenue, even if their work is protected by copyright and fair use. That's the reason why it's not a DMCA strike, but instead just a file claimed by YouTube's copyright ID system.
And they say that most of the time, this isn't even like the copyright owners themselves. These are bots that's doing this.
Yeah, it's third-party bots. They also do not have the rights to the material as well. For instance, if you guys pay attention to Jim Sterling, he recently talked about his friend Miracle of Sound, I've played some of his music. Yeah, he comes up with his own music, and people will go out of their way to claim the music he made as their product. And so what goes on in this is that when a song or a product comes out on YouTube, the first month is the most important because that's when it gets the most clicks, that's when it gets the most views, that's when they make the most money on it. By stealing the profit for that song for the month, they have gained the majority of profit that piece of material is going to make in its lifetime. And even if it fails over a long period, it doesn't matter. They've already made money off of it. So they don't need to hold on to it more than that.
Well, but the real problem I see from the fair use, the whole thing about fair use is the whole term fair use. Because if the original creator has put it out there for people to use, because I mean we use non-copyrighted stuff all the time in our videos.
Yeah.
And we go out and use it, and then somebody comes around, like you said, and sets up a company or whatnot to claim this, here you go, free to use song. Now, everybody that has used that particular song or a snippet of that song is either shut down or taken down or whatnot. And
again, you can always dispute the claim, but the problem is that you don't want to dispute something that you are not certain that you're going to get back.
if
you're not, I'm sorry, you're not going to win because it counts against you if you dispute it and fail.
I think YouTube needs to do a rehash over the whole system because it's becoming more and more of a problem, and not just for us. We're the little guy. We're on the little guy side of everything. Right now anyway. But I mean, we just saw Team 4-Star get taken down, and they just got taken down like that. Fortunately, YouTube gave them back their channel.
Mm-hmm.
But what if once their channel was deleted, all their content was deleted as well too? That's the problem, because they keep getting hit with this on a monthly basis. Their videos keep getting popped and all this, and Funimation's got their backing. I mean, they're not
working directly
with them, but they've gotten their blessing from Funimation. They put a disclaimer right out of the front of it.
The little video we just watched earlier actually says they have direct backing from Funimation.
Yeah, but they're not directly funding.
But which branch of Funimation? Because remember what the American branch and what a foreign national branch want are two completely separate things, and they can move without telling the other what they're doing.
Funimation is only an American company. They don't have foreign. The foreign company
Toei Animation
Toei Animation is what owns Dragon Ball.
But I don't know if y'all seen the meme of this, but Ubisoft flagged one of its own videos because Ubisoft UK was showing a video about another Ubisoft game, and the main Ubisoft content basically knocked it down. It says, no, we own this. So that's the fair use spot going crazy.
Not gonna be dismissive, but it's England and France. They kind of don't like each other.
Yeah, but still though. But you see what I'm saying? That the same company took its own self down.
Well, I mean, it's the same problem that Polaris had with Maker Studios, where they had this big multi-channel network production where they brought in, I think, like dozens, maybe 20, 30 or so channels to this big Civil War thing, and Polaris itself is owned by Disney. Yeah. Maker Studios is owned by Disney. So. Disney/Maker Studios, I think, hit Polaris for a thing that they approved for them to do.
Well, again, that goes back to what my original statement was: is YouTube needs to take a step back.
No. But here's the question.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish the statement because I studied and finished what I started before. YouTube needs to rehash because we're seeing it more and more now, even with the big channels, that they're coming out, they're putting out their videos, they're putting out their stuff. Team 4-Star, I'm gonna use constantly because it's the last big one that recently happened. They instantly got taken down because of the strike system and all this other stuff. Yeah, if there's a point to where they get taken down and the channel and all their content is immediately deleted, that's years upon years.
No, it's not.
That's 6 years of videos.
They have their own website with all of their stuff uploaded.
Yeah, Team 4-Star does. I'm talking about Markiplier doesn't have his own website with all his videos up there. Dragas doesn't. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a website. 90%. I'm throwing that number out there out of my ass, but 90%, in my opinion, don't have a backup of their videos that go all the way back through the stream.
It's called.
And heck, even us, we don't keep like the raw videos. Yeah. And after a while, we've accumulated so many videos. Yeah, we have to purge some. I mean, that's just how.
Unless we can create like a drive to.
Yeah, but again, though, you're just gonna
still ridiculous.
You're gonna How much memory does a single video take?
Anywhere between 300 and 700 on average.
No. Like our raw video is a couple gigs.
Yeah, a raw video is a couple of gigs.
The one I made the other night for like 30 minutes was only like
but remember if we're working with the HD cameras, that's 1080p.
Yeah, 1080p. We were working with 1080p in the recording.
But still, though,
we shouldn't have been.
Back to my original point. YouTube needs to fix the problem because yes, you can have disputes and have claims and all this other stuff, but if YouTube just automatically says we are the barrier between this person and that person, and we are trying to be stewards of good business relationship and good ethics and all this other stuff, if you're going to have a system that says, all right, I'm going to make a claim against this video because I want to make a claim against this video, but if that same person or that same channel has gotten hit 3 times from the same person making a claim, now they get dropped down, who's at fault? Does YouTube step in and okay, all right, we're going to look at this?
YouTube don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
They still get their 50% regardless.
Yeah, but if YouTube doesn't take care of the people that are putting out content, people are going to stop putting stuff on YouTube and they're going to go to another service.
What? No. Seriously. Right now, what?
I'm saying this, you cannot tell me that there won't be something that'll pop up.
No, because YouTube did have competition at one point.
What was it, Vimeo?
Vimeo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Vimeo.
Vimeo.
But no, what I'm saying is, if the issue still persists and people can just go into there and just be like, I'm going to make a claim on this, or I'm going to put a copyright claim against your video. It's going to be... Twitch can might as well come out and make their own website at this point. And people...
They do have a website.
I know.
TV.
I know, but you forget... You see what I'm saying, though? People are going to start going to these other platforms, and then YouTube ain't going to be nothing anymore. It's going to be the MySpace.
Here's the thing. People can go to other platforms, but it's not that many that do it like YouTube right now.
But true.
It's like going off
Not
of
to mention,
system.
YouTube's business model is not one that people are actually going to actively try to pursue. That's the reason why they just started up with YouTube Red.
Yeah,
If
the
you've heard of
subscriber
that.
model.
Yeah, because ad revenue ain't paying jacks.
Well, it's because you got people that have ad blockers left and right.
Yeah, because ads...
Did we not see that last season of South Park? The ads are getting smarter.
No, the ads are getting more aggravating and annoying, but unfortunately that's how everything works. You pay for the stuff by watching ads. If you don't want to see ads, then you have to pay subscriptions, which is why the YouTube Red stuff comes out.
Hold up! Because that's not exactly true. You know how Hulu is doing it now.
You have to pay for them to skip the
No,
commercials.
I mean, you're still paying. Like, even if you pay your base pay, which
the $7.99
before,
or
you
whatever.
pay the $7.99 before when you had when it first started and all that, you paid that, no ads, and it still kept going up until things started going crazy with the ad stuff and all that. And so now what you have is you have to, like how you were just saying, you have to pay even more to try to get rid of your.
But
ads.
see, the only reason why they had to go do that is because a bunch of the video and production company people started throwing up friggin' hissy fits over royalties.
Yeah.
They started throwing hissy fits over royalties because nobody was watching TV because Hulu is a more convenient solution.
I can watch whatever I want to watch
when you want to watch it. But at that point, that means that they were losing money because nobody was watching TV, so nobody was watching the ads that would normally pay for the program. They were all paying Hulu cash, and then Hulu was giving them a little bit in royalties for it.
Yeah. But that's another
The
conversation.
biggest problem that they were doing there, though, the biggest reason everybody started hating on ads is because they're trying to put an ad at like every 2-minute interval, and nobody wants to sit through that.
But that's a whole nother topic for another video.
I mean, it's kind of another
a whole
topic.
It's
but
the reason why I
not-
stopped using Crunchyroll, because if you've seen Crunchyroll,
Yeah,
that's what
it's
they
like
started
it's
doing.
literally
Yeah,
every
it's very
2-3 minutes, and you're just like, no, I cannot sit there. One at the end, or one at the beginning, one at the end, or just one at the middle.
No. One beginning, at the end, one interstitial. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
ties into.
But
let's do this.
Let's get
Let's
back
do
to the
this.
fair use thing.
Let's do this. As far as content related, a lot of the content that YouTubers put on their channel, some of it's unique, some of it is actually like. Remember before when they had the review girls or whatever? It'd be like a big-breasted girl that'd be in front of the camera.
Oh, the reply.
Yeah, the reply girls or whatever. Remember, YouTube changed their algorithm just for that because you had these reply girls coming up doing like this reply or whatever like that on something just
But see, that's
on another
still
YouTube video.
That's still less work than going out, speaking to a bunch of their lawyers, coming up with a legitimate system that works on both ends.
Mhm.
If you get caught freaking falsely claiming, there needs to be a penalty for false claims. There needs to be a penalty for frivolous claims. Just the same as there are penalties for people who are violating copyright. Fair use is a thing, and if they're holding to fair use, they need to immediately reject the claim because it's monitored and upheld by fair use.
Yeah, but
that means you have to hire people,
Exactly.
and they want to rely on an automated system, and that's too shotgun to the face to actually work effectively.
That was exactly the point I was trying to make. If they are going to have a system that is automated, they need to go back and change the rules for that automation. You cannot have a system that is 100% automated, checking all this stuff, because I can go and make a claim on anybody's stuff right now, and it's just going to automatically do its job. Mm-hmm. It's not going to go and like dispute the validity of the claim. It's just going to react because it is a computer, and you push a button, it's going to generate a response from the computer that's pre-programmed, and that's what you get. So if you have a channel that has if you're on the strike system, which clearly that's what YouTube does, you have the strike system, you hit the third strike, and you're out. You get 4 strikes, it automatically drops you. And if you're a small channel or a smaller channel that doesn't have any connection to YouTube or hasn't been generating any revenue for them, you might as well just hang it up and go home. Yeah. But if you're a larger channel and you have the connection to YouTube and you have the other larger YouTube channels backing you up, now you got a leg to stand on to bring your shit back.
It was said that YouTube before, when you would start, like when you were just trying to make your videos back when YouTube started, that this is like the Wild West, like how we kept saying before, and then it slowly started to progress into what we have now, where if you are a little guy, you just don't have a chance. I mean,
well, that's the reason. Why do you think they've stopped doing a lot of LPs on YouTube? And a majority of what YouTube's is on as far as the gaming format is a repository for videos on demand.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are just switching over to streaming because they can do what they want on Twitch or on Hitbox or whatever. And then they just go, okay, well, this is my recording. Stick it on YouTube. If it gets shut down, well, fuck it. That's not my main revenue stream anyway.
Exactly. If you're not a large or a established YouTuber at this point, it's going to be hard, like especially a Let's Play YouTuber. It's going to be real hard to build.
The force is already there.
You can't bring it in. You got to find something different.
Hold on 1 second. What you got to say?
Oh, I was just saying that, with what Dre was talking about earlier, as soon as they made the claim, then whoever made the claim automatically gets the revenue redirected at them. If I'm understanding this correctly.
When a claim is made, the Content ID system halts all revenue going to the creator and redirects it to the person making the claim, regardless of whether or not it is a valid claim.
Yeah, but half the time when those claims are hit, the video gets pulled.
No, like some of them, sometimes if it's not a heavy claim, they'll just if it's monetization, they'll just take all the monetization.
Yeah. Still. And also, though,
that's like when you see it on some of our. If you go into our admin console, you can see it on some of our videos where we're still using it in either like a example or a review format, and it's still like, oh yeah, this is going to get monetized for whatever reason for a 5-second clip of something that you're using to introduce something else. It was the camera.
I saw you looking at it.
Yeah, no, I heard the click. So.
No, but what I was going to say was, it seems like this is just my little. You could call it a theory or whatever. It's just a little pish posh, whatever. It seems like in order to cut the flood of people trying to throw video after video up on YouTube, that this is kind of putting the chop on it. Kind of holding back a lot of the would-be, guys that's just trying to put up this or that, or they're, I got a 360 no scope on or whatever, and now I want to make a channel because I'm awesome. It's just like.
But that's the whole point of YouTube. That's its entire business model, is to put up videos that people want to watch.
But it's like, here's the thing. I know that you yourself, or I don't know if you yourself, but I know a couple of people, they've said that as far as like Let's Plays, watching someone play a game, they don't want to see that. They want to actually play the game themselves. So it's like,
for me, it's
great thing.
To me, it's the personality. Like right now, I'm watching an XCOM Let's Play on Super Best Friends, and it's horrible. They are the worst tacticians I've ever seen. But watching them like goof around while getting all of their guys consistently murdered is quite frankly interesting to me, because it's watching 3 idiots make an ass of themselves on the internet.
And that's the thing. It's like,
I don't need, it's yeah, you could watch the game, but hey, you know what? If you could go play the game, but you know what? If you've got enough money that you can go and buy a $40 to $60 release once every 2 weeks, then by all means, go ahead, spend the money. I'm not going to stop you. But I'd rather, if I can't afford something, or I just don't feel like going through the effort of playing it myself, I'd rather just watch it.
You have a lot of people that do that, though.
And this is actually talking more about the...
Hey, it's not me to comment on their
the
financial,
gaming.
fiscal irresponsibility.
But what about the non-gaming stuff? Like how we were just talking about Team 4-Star. What about the other ones? What's it looking like for...
I mean,
the
you've
thing
also...
is, with Team 4-Star, that falls under parody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because it is on the parody and fair use because it is a transformative thing. If you've ever watched one of their video breakdowns, they have to literally go through frame by frame, and they do a lot of re-editing throughout the entire thing. The script holds true to the spirit of the original, but the words, how they say it, when they say it, the attitude behind it, it's all different.
Right.
So it is covered by fair use, and as such, being a fair use parody with the okay of Funimation based in the United States, this entire scenario should never, ever have happened.
And see, that's the thing about them. At least Team 4-Star, they actually will come out and say they're one of the few. Like when Abridges became big, they were one of the few channels to actually come out and say this is a fair use parody. This is a parody. This is all right.
Actually, if you watch the original, if you can find the originals, they didn't have that up there.
Yeah, they didn't.
Like, but they went through and they added that to all of theirs as a disclaimer, and on top of all the other disclaimers, because it's in the description, it's in the video. Like you'd be so. Oh.
This all started with the grandfather of all Abridges, Little Karibo. Yeah. Little Karibo, when he first came out with it, he was just making the videos for fun or whatever, and then someone liked it, and he was like, okay, I guess I'll continue on with it. Because the very first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, that was just supposed to be a one-time one and done. But once it caught on, he was like, okay, I'll make it again. But then, as you notice, it seemed like his channel went down every single month. Like, he would get copyright strikes against him every month, and he had to bring up, like, secret channels, upload it to someone else's, and it's like you had to hunt for every single episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged, but it would always be on someone else's channel. It wouldn't be on the original Little Karibo channel. And only recently did he finally get it to the point where it's kind of stable.
Well, that's because he's essentially fused with Team 4-Star.
And he also started putting more original content on his channel than what it was. Before it was just, all Abridges, but now it's actually original content. So
but his Abridges are original content.
They don't think like that.
That's like suing somebody for making the Taj Mahal in Lego brick.
First of all, that's one of the top 10 most.
No, it's amazing if somebody can do that.
Huh? Other than the Sydney orchestra.
Yeah, it's got more pieces than Sydney Orchestra.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot more intricate. And they're tiny little brown pieces. And the whole thing is tiny little brown pieces. Trust, I looked into it the other day because I was trying to find a challenging one. They have a Millennium Falcon with 5,000 pieces. First of all, the one I have is just over 1,300 pieces. But there's a lot more teeny tiny bricks, and they're all gray. Fuck you, Lego. I love you. Damn it.
But
no, but it's like suing somebody for making a Lego brick version of the Taj Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
It's an imitation of the original. It does not detract from the value of the original. It can be just as impressive. You can appreciate the effort put into making it, but that does not. Yeah, but one of the aspects of one second, let me finish.
All right.
One of the aspects of fair use is that when the thing that you make cannot detract from the value of the original.
Right.
And of almost every example we've given, none of the things we've made have detracted from the original. In a lot of cases, their mere existence has added to the value of the original.
And, well, to go back to what you're saying about the Taj Mahal, first of all, nobody makes money off of the Taj Mahal. It is a palace. It's somebody's house. And so when you get the Lego says, I want to make a model of this.
I'm pretty sure the Taj Mahal is a tourist attraction.
It is a tourist attraction. But people aren't going to line up to see the Taj Mahal out of Legos in your house. They're going to go see the real one. Regardless.
I mean, nobody's going to line up to look at your computer where you went and made a scale replica of the Enterprise D in Minecraft. But the fact that it exists adds value to the Minecraft as a whole.
Let me finish the point. People, you make money off of Dragon Ball. There is a company out there that physically makes their living off of the money that Dragon Ball produces.
Mm-hmm.
Couple companies. You have a parody group that is not part of this company in any way, shape, or form doing a parody. Now, granted, they have gotten the blessing of Funimation, and they give you disclaimers and all that other stuff. Now they're getting shut down by the Fair Use Autobot claims.
Autobot.
That's I'm just going to coin that right now. It's the Autobot piracy thing.
Roll out.
And they do, and they roll out claims left and right.
Stop doing that.
So the problem is, and I'm gonna keep arguing this point. YouTube has to change the
With the
rules
times.
of the autotune, and like the same thing that Team 4-Star said in their disclaimer video that they came out with after they got the channel back. Congress needs to go and redo the Copyright and Fair Use Act because copyright laws came. What was it, like 1978?
That is the worst idea.
But it would also
No.
It might actually work. It might actually work.
No, looking at Congress.
I'm not talking
Looking
about
at
Congress
Congress
as a
and the
whole
Senate.
right
No,
now.
I'm saying looking at Congress and American government as it stands right now. This is the same group of people willing to shut down the government. Stop it. This is the same group of people willing to shut down the government because they don't want. Okay, everybody's doing it.
Because you keep tapping the table.
You were tapping
And I see where you're going with that, Dre. But I'm just saying Congress because Congress is the only one that can change the copyright law.
Congress,
And I'm not
the
saying
House,
the
yes.
Congress that we have now because again that's a whole nother fucking shit, and I don't want to get into that because it's not our channel. That is not our channel.
It's not our channel. Yeah.
But in order to
Vote
change
yeah.
the copyright law, it has to go and get changed because from the 90s to now, the 90s was the birthplace of all the technology that we have today. Technology is advancing faster and faster and faster. We can make a video right now. I mean, we're making a video right now. We can pull our phone up and make a video right now and put it on the internet in 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I can sit here right now, film something off the TV with my phone, and put it on the internet in 20 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Technically, right now, you could probably call something in Sydney, Australia in less time.
Still, you see what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
But in order for all of this to happen, in order for everything to happen, we have to go back and look at the source of the fair use claim, which is the copyright law, the physical United States copyright law, and update that for the times. Now, I don't know what the copyright law says, but I know it's like you can't copy this without permission, blah blah blah. Same thing. Like
About
It was
100 years.
originally supposed to give the person who made the object, the piece of work, whatever, rights to all imitations of that work for a set number of years. What has happened, though, is that over time, corporate interest has mutated copyright law into something that allows them to hold on to an idea in perpetuity, regardless of whether or not they are using it actively.
But still, and that's where where I just come with the statement, we have to reevaluate the laws, reevaluate the standards.
And you know-
However,
it has
you are
to be-
missing the big problem here,
What's the big
is that
problem?
I said corporate interest has mutated everything into a parody of what it's supposed to be. If you want to get proper copyright law into American governance, then that means that you're going to have to remove corporate interest from the people making the laws in the first place, and you cannot do that as long as you allow them to use lobbyists.
Here's the problem with that. The one
We're
problem
just a
with that.
stone throw away from being
Yeah.
in Borderlands.
And here's the problem with that. Working at a photo lab and people bringing me old pictures or whatever that they took professionally, a lot of those companies are defunct. They're gone. They can't,
No,
be
what you
found
got? No.
anywhere.
Like,
but
if
the
you
thing
look-
is, they can't get their photos copied because it's a copyright on those photos. I can't physically copy those photos and give them copies of them because it's a copyright on them and it doesn't expire for 100 years. So this picture that they took 50 years ago at a photo company that's now defunct or bankrupt or gone and there's no trace of it left, they can't get a copyright up or a copy of it because
see,
it's not there.
That's the whole thing, is that you think that
So
because,
what
just because the
business-
corporation's gone, you think that the IP rights are gone as well? No, somebody owns that. Somebody always owns it.
Every time you
If you
tap,
look-
it puts a spike on the meter.
It
really
does.
does.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sorry, I got it. This might just yes.
But, you
No,
know,
but
It's like
somebody
Josh is clapping.
Shut up! I fixed that.
somebody always owns that. It never actually goes into a limbo. Somebody somewhere has bought that and owns the rights to it. The problem is that half the time nowadays, nobody knows who owns things.
Well,
It's like leaving
Disney?
your food.
If,
in
no.
the fridge and
As an
You know.
example, look at THQ's dissolution.
Mm-hmm.
roommates and stuff.
Look at THQ's dissolution and then figure out who owned what before they sold it. That's one of the reasons why The Stick is Truth took so long to come out. Because they didn't actually know who owned all the rights to everything that went into Stick of Truth.
Well, most of the reason why Stick of Truth took so long to come out is because they redid the game like twice.
No, yeah.
Because they were like,
No, I'm talking about after Stick of Truth was bought by Ubisoft.
Oh yeah, but still though, they've rebuilt that game like a few times. That's why it kept getting pushed back.
No. But I'm just saying.
Can we just have Elon Musk just buy YouTube from Google?
There's no way that would work because YouTube still makes a loss. You need to dump tons of cash into it to keep it running.
Still,
that's the whole thing. Out of all of Google's big
how does
projects,
YouTube make a loss?
Because
it doesn't pay for shit.
No, it does. It pays for it. You remember, you have to worry about paying for the data centers. You have to worry about I don't know how many freaking terabytes of data transferred.
Okay, but again, YouTube doesn't actually pay, except for the YouTube Red original series that just come out. Was it
I was just saying that's what they're paying for. They're paying for data centers, people to run it, power.
But they're not actually paying for the product they're giving out.
No, they're paying to maintain and store all of it.
If you let me 5 seconds, I would have said the same thing. It's just like Verizon. They have the infrastructure set up. All you're doing now is paying for the airwaves. They're just maintaining the infrastructure. YouTube's doing the same thing. They are basically maintaining the portal that we are using to bring this stuff out there.
But they have a minimum amount of people doing it.
Yeah, because you still
how many people does it take to run a server room?
About 5.
I was gonna say about 5 or 6.
But I mean, how many? But do you know how many server rooms they have?
Okay,
that means they have to have data centers all across the country, all across the world.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
because you can't stream 1080p 60 frame per second video in Australia if you're streaming it from the United States. I don't know if you figured this out, but outside of Australia's internet kind of sucks.
Yeah. They're all like, didgeridoos and
don't be racist.
Drop bears.
Tons
of drop bears.
Whoa. Let me interject here for a moment.
Dongos?
The dongos?
Dingoes.
There you go.
Babies. And
the dongos. We're not playing Legend of Zelda.
I know.
But anyway, throw into there. Wrapping this all into a nice,
racist.
pretty little package here. We got the fact
Australia,
that
they understand.
we understand that there's a problem. We understand the things that need to be fixed. But one of the things that YouTube really should be looking into as well is what kind of, punishment can be legally applied to people making false claims on their site.
The only thing YouTube can do is just kick the person out.
For example, what was it? You said it was Jim Sterling was talking about instead of, automatically directing the money straight to whoever claimed it, put it into an escrow account until the claim has been...
Yeah, but now how are they going to maintain the escrow account?
Well,
YouTube's already been shown that it can be hacked.
Yeah, but
so if they go and drop all this revenue money that's being put into an escrow account, and you got to think though, a hacker gets in there and takes all the money, and YouTube's not going to get that money back. And on top of that, you know how many people are going to make a claim, establish an escrow account. You know how many escrow accounts are going to have to be established to hold that money.
But if they're willing to automate Content ID, there's no reason why they can't talk to a bank to automate an escrow account system to hold money in claims.
And they can, and going into it though, it's only going to be a single escrow account per YouTube account.
You know how many YouTube accounts are there?
So many people. Yeah, so many people.
No. Not a single account per account, because that's way too much. Or a single account that holds multiple transactions.
Okay, or that too, single account. But then throwing it into there, at the same time you got, with that, the escrow account to hold the money, that way the people doing it don't have that same incentive to go in there and steal money.
But that would mean that everybody who makes a YouTube account would have to be registered and have that actually happen.
It's being handled on that YouTube's end.
Basically, YouTube makes the transaction. YouTube holds on to the money because technically that money's coming from YouTube to the person.
Because they take their 50 off the top first.
YouTube takes the money they were going to pay that person, puts it into a hold account, then researches into the incident. Once it's deemed which side is in fault, or which side is, if the person did in fact steal the content, or if the claim was false, then send the money to whoever it needs to go to.
It's basically disincentivizing false claims.
But now let me bring this up there, Ho. I didn't mean to call you Ho.
Where did they even come from?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I don't know why. I
It's
just
like
popped that out
left
there.
field.
I haven't sworn in a minute.
Calling the guy with the worst sex life in the room a hoe.
Yeah, I know. But no,
man.
but now we have. What about legit claims? The legitimate. This person stole my content and claimed it as their own.
yeah, but I mean,
Hold on. If we make a video
Mhm.
and say another local group takes the same video and says this is our video, and now they're making money off of it.
I don't think that's.
I mean, but I'm using it as an example. I'm using an example.
Stolen it.
And they start monetizing it in there before we do because for whatever reason we're waiting a minute or we got something else going on. But they take the video and they monetize the video, claiming that this is their video, and they start making money on it. And we go and push it, and now it's a legit claim. But now all the stuff that's going on and everything, now we're getting backlogged because now YouTube has to go through every single other account that have the same thing going on. And if I feel that unless you're a big moneymaker for YouTube, you're going to get the quick in and out courtroom style kind of
Step.
pretty much. Either they look at it, okay, all right.
But I mean, it's easy. That would be a simple thing to check. If we uploaded the video first, and then they stole the video and said it was theirs, all you have to do is look at the upload dates.
yeah, but again,
Find the upload date for the file in question.
We had, I'm not going to say the name, but we had a friend who has a YouTube channel, got her whole channel knocked down instantly. No 3 strikes, no, hey, what you're fucking up ruling that YouTube is supposed to have because an automated bot went around and found some copyrighted music on her channel. Fortunately, she got it back because she knew people. She knew people. She got her channel back. But is it the same bot that this fair use bot's under? Was there a claim on this particular piece of music and it searched around?
And that's what I was trying to poke at, because I saw a couple other videos that said that if you people lost their ability to appeal and they got a lot of their YouTube rights knocked down because something else said they violated community guidelines.
Yeah.
This was a violation of community guidelines, mind you, from 3 years prior that hadn't been brought up till just now.
But what about this is going to sound sadistic. I watch a lot of car crash videos.
I thought you were about to say some weird porn for a second.
Shut up, Wesley.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why. It was just like,
dude, you must have forgotten when the Sesame Street channel got taken down and was replaced with nothing but RedTube products.
Oh my god.
But no.
I remember that.
No.
Oh, man.
But no. Going back to my point was, I watch a lot of these channels. There's radios playing on some of these cars. Now, some of the channels will take the time and scrub the sound, so you just or put their own music on the back of it. But if there's there's been many times I heard Britney Spears songs. I've been hearing some copyrighted music on these channels. It's not their fault. They're just showing a video because they want to show the accident that happens.
Yeah.
That goes, So if the copyright bot's floating around and he happens to look at your channel and he finds all these videos with snippets of songs that are copyrighted, you get kicked, you lose your channel. It's the same thing about Let's Players that are so afraid of using audio from a game. We ran into the same problem with Fallout. You had Frank Sinatra songs playing in the background.
Yeah,
we don't know it's Frank Sinatra songs, but
Yeah.
YouTube sure as hell knows it's a Frank Sinatra song.
It was so it was like, I don't know, it was really obscure. I wasn't even ready for that when I was playing it because, you're not supposed to be playing certain things, but this is Fallout, so of course there's some music somewhere in the game playing. You can't control it unless you completely shut down all the audio.
And if you shut down the audio, that means you're
just
ruining the atmosphere of the
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with Let's Plays in general, especially when they do things like that. That's the reason why you don't actually see a lot of Grand Theft Auto Let's Plays.
Yeah,
Because
because of the
That's the same reason why you don't see a lot of
same.
Saints Row Let's Plays. And if you do see Saints Row Let's Plays, especially with the recent ones, nobody's getting into a car.
Or they've got the music turned really down.
Or they
Which
go
means
in-
that means that the person doing the Let's Play really, really has to hold it down, because I can tell you for one thing, Grand Theft Auto, there's a lot of doing nothing.
Yeah.
Playing with toilets.
And they cut it.
Driving
They
from
cut
one
it
side of the
right.
country to the other.
Alright, so we're gonna
But
close this up.
Yeah.
But
okay, yeah, but just throwing the last little tidbit out there now. But going into with that same old thing, they should also have a system in place where you can't have the same bot or same claim multiple times within a set period of time. Like, for example, I know
Just in general. If
Yeah.
if you make a false claim more than 3 times, you just get auto rejected for every future false
I
claim.
agree with that.
I agree with that too.
And the same thing with Josh
But-
said with actually having someone to look at these claims.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for example, like, if your channel gets flagged for a content, you can't suddenly get flagged for that content again and again and again like you can right now. Like, well, a lot of these people, like,
You can't double jeopardy. That's basically what you're
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
what I'm saying.
You can't double jeopardy. You can't double jeopardy. Because even in the real world, like, you can accuse me of killing somebody, and then I get off, but then he can accuse me for killing the same person. That's a whole nother crime.
Yeah.
You can't accuse me of the same crime.
Yeah.
But if a bot comes in and it says, this video stole this information, okay, so now that bot got away. Just because that it was proven that it wasn't stolen doesn't mean another one can't come and make the claim. It could be set up that, all right, this claim has already been disproved. We've proven that where they got it from, and can automatically kick back the claim on it. Yes, you can do that. But it's not going to bar you from being claimed again.
No, I'm not saying you can't be claimed again. What I'm saying is you can't have, like, for example, let's say Team 4-Star, one of their episodes flagged by, like, say, the Japanese side going, hey, this is one of our things, they're stealing our content. And then they have their bot come in and say it again for another video for the exact same reason. That still is a symbol of double jeopardy.
But it's
the same reason.
It's
two
separate different videos.
But see, what you're ignoring there, and what the problem is now that you're trying to apply American law to an extra national claim.
And that is true, because the laws that our YouTube follow are pretty much American laws.
But the problem with that is that Japanese copyright law compared to ours is a complete and utter bitch. I don't know who set that up when we occupied them after World War II, but they're dicks. Because that shit is horrible.
Which is why, of course, Nintendo has such a hard-on about not letting their shit get on YouTube.
Nintendo of America is cool with it. Nintendo of Japan ain't letting that shit fly.
Yeah, which is weird, though, because you can get Mario Maker videos all day long.
Yeah.
But see, even with that, a lot of the Mario Maker stuff is on Twitch anyway. And again, it's Twitch is where all the action takes place, and then YouTube ends up being the dump repository because nobody wants to deal with that shit.
And remember, it's Nintendo IPs, like their original, like, mainstay characters.
Even with that, there's guys that I follow that do hundreds and hundreds of 1,000-year door streams. They do it on Twitch because Nintendo leaves them alone when they're on Twitch.
It sounds like YouTube is really going to need to build a building.
I feel like YouTube
for
is
people
going to have to
actually
overhaul.
work there and just seriously, like, have guys at desks just doing, like, legal claims.
I think they're gonna have to
YouTube
build a wall.
I know, right?
YouTube's gonna have to build a wall.
Don't.
They're gonna have to build a wall. Great wall.
Oh my god.
A big, huge wall. It'll be huge.
And they're going to make Facebook pay for it.
Yeah, they'll make Facebook pay for it. It'll be huge.
And the kaiju are still going to break through anyway.
Oh god, is that what we're? No, I'm not even going to go there. That's going to start a whole.
Then we'll just build some Jaeger to handle that. We'll be good.
No, the Jaeger are a horrible idea. The wall is better. It keeps out Mexicans, kaijus, Jews, everything.
Titans.
Oh my god, the racism.
All right, so we're gonna go
Okay,
ahead.
look, all I'm saying is, if we build a Jaeger, I want it to be
It has to be Cherno Alpha.
No.
Cherno Alpha.
I want it to be named Gypsy Sanders.
Why?
All right. So that's been the Backroom Crew podcast talking about the Where's the Fair Use. If you like this podcast and you want to share with us what you think about it, give us a like, comment, and write down below.
Speaking of which,
What you think
where the
about
fuck is my scholarship? I've done stupid shit on the internet, and goddamn it, you get a fucking shit. Yelling about something.
Scholarship.
What?
I'll tell you later.
Alright, well.
So we'll see you guys later. Remember, social class, act like you've been to work before. Peace.
Bye.